Hey YouTube, gonna showcase this team with Shadow Malamar, and we're gonna do a quasi Beyond the Hype here to talk about breakpoints and talk about how you can play Shadow Malamar and how it could be better against versus the regular Malamar, despite the rankings. So in the rankings, regular Malamar is higher ranked than Shadow Malamar, and I was under the assumption that you know what, Shadow Malamar probably does a ton of damage with the side waves and foul plays and superpower, but they're not like any sort of nuke. So even if you have that 20% shadow damage, you're probably not enough to take out. And that's kind of what it showed just when you ran the Sims. But when I ran the Sims, it was with just the given IVs, which was like a 6 attack. And someone in the comments wrote, this thing probably has breakpoints that if you have a higher attack Pokemon, it probably does better. And then I was talking to Homesize Henry, and he's like, this thing's going to be a beast because it plays like a Pokemon that you can just do a ton of damage. And with energy, this thing is going to be a menace, and you can chip and dip, or you can just bank energy and get out and do some of that. So I'm like, okay, that's an interesting concept. So I put in 3 Shadow Malamars here. The first one with a sort of rank 1 low attack, the second one with a 6 attack, and the third one with like a 14 attack. And when you go down to the rankings here, as you can see, 25 and 20 for the rank 1, 0, 15, 9, 20 and 23, so more losses with the sort of lower, well, this is a 4 attack here, so I said 6, but it's a 4 attack, 4, 14, 9. And then a very, very ugly 15 attack 01 to the tune of 27 and 18 and a way higher average, picking up Ariados, Feraligatr, Golisopod, Guzzlord, Malamar, and both there, and then losing from the original matchup, these 4. And there you go, right? So it does pay out. So what is a breakpoint and why does it matter? So a breakpoint, once you hit a certain attack level, your fast move does 1 more damage. And why that matters is Sidewave is already one of the best fast moves in the game. So if you have a high attack where you get this breakpoint on a bunch of Pokemon and your fast move does 1 more damage per turn, with that shadow bonus and now with 2 shadow moves that are going to do basically over 100 damage, that Sidewave combo and let's say superpower combo will now one-shot a lot of things, and that is how you pick up a lot of matchups there. So it is Glacier, weak to Fairy. What else is it going to have problems with? Stuff where Sidewave is resisted, so Steel, I guess you have superpower for Steels, but like anything where Sidewave is resisted Darks, that's why Tink is the pairing with it. And then Dewgong was a safe swap, give myself a little bit of bulk. So got up to 28-45 with this team. Let's take a look. So any sort of like matchup like this where it's just like not great overall, I'll probably superpower and bail. And they decide to make a catch, and they do catch on the jump off. So I guess good catch there, knowing that was the strategy. But I do have a Dewgong, and they do get to move. I feel like I may shield an Acrobatics and farm. Yeah. Shield up a Nukem Acrobatics, but just farm down, come out with a ton of energy, which is I think an okay situation to be in. Because out comes the Tink, and then I've got 1 drill run ready, and here comes the second one soon after. So that lands super effective. They do get a move off. That's okay. I will definitely live anything they're going to throw. And here comes the second one. I assume they'll shield. I don't think they would want to leave 1 Pokemon left when I have an Icy Wind. Yes, they do shield, and they're going to try and take me out. So I'm going to make a catch here on my own Tink, thinking like the Dewgong maybe with Icy Wind is going to have some play in the back here. It is a Feraligatr, so, not fantastic from that perspective. But Drill Run would still basically take off from this range. So, going to come Malamar. I know they're going to get to move before me here. I will shield. I'll probably overfarm a bit and throw the move, but if they want to, they can shield and get to move here. I'm watching my switch timer. I do have a move. Just going to let this go. That's okay. I think I have a move where I'm very, very close to it. They're going to have to dump energy. I am very close. Kind of knew it was coming, so now I can overfarm here. Get the drill run off because I don't want to take a move. And then 1 more ice shard and a drill run will take out the Feraligatr to take this matchup. Next matchup, Malamar into Talonflame. So the good news is you're going to get a move off because it takes 15 for them to get it. So we're going to try and go like 14 and a throw. The problem, I think, I want to get to a couple Talonflames that both times they let it go. And both times, yeah, you get to the yellow, which is not enough. And the fly is 100% going to take you out because the Incinerates are adding up. They eventually get out into Ferret, so I will superpower and either an insane amount of chip damage and bail or grab that shield back and then Tink. Sorry, Ferret. One of the reasons I ran this, not only was it a great pairing with Malamar, but friggin' I'm not seeing any more Ferrets. Sucker Punch resisted, Trailblaze resisted, Swift resisted. So just a fantastic matchup here. Which is why I guess Ferret and Talonflame do work. Like if you want that combo, I actually don't think that's a pretty good combo if you ask me. Because you got the Trailblaze to deal with your Rock and Grass, which will deal with Talonflame, and then Sucker Punch resisted on Fairy. You got Talonflame as the fire. So I kind of like that combo. I did grab a shield because it was super low, and out comes a Credilli. So with a shield advantage here, super effective moves. There's one, chipping it. I will shield because I know I'm going to outpace to the next move 2, and I will take this out before they get another move off. And then I just got so much health that the Talonflame can't do anything here. Because if they Brave Bird me, then Malamar just Psywaves down. If not, then Fly's not going to take me out here. So I will take this matchup. So yeah, having two bulkier Pokemon, although my IVs on Tink are obviously terrible, but yeah. So mirror match here. Let's see, are they the Shadow or not the Shadow? Because it does matter, because Psywave is very, very resistant, so those aren't doing anything. It's a non-Shadow, so yeah, only going to take it to the yellow. That's fine. If it was the Shadow, it takes it pretty low with the Foul Play and then probably almost takes out with the Superpower. I do get to the next Foul Play. This will leave them with 1 HP, actually, which is pretty insane. I'm like, I don't want to be left with 1 HP. And they do Superpower, that would have taken me out. And the Talonflame comes in, so I'm going to have to just stay in here, get this move off. But I put myself in a pretty tricky situation where, yes, they'll shield, but now they've got 3 Incinerates already. Here comes the 4th. So if they Brave Bird me, I'm in trouble, because then Tink's left, and if they Flame Charge me, that's even worse, because now their attack's boosted. Now I have to shield this, but they're so far ahead on energy. So Talonflame is just going to go to town on this, what's left of this team here. So try to get the move off, hoping to let this go, but they do not let this go. And they just get the move off here. And then against the Steel Fairy is going to be all sorts of bad in the back here when you are now, well, it's 3 times boosted, but 2 times net after my Icy Wind, but that does not matter. Holy smokes. So yeah, Talonflame's out everywhere. Not surprising. You can kind of deal with Malamar or Tink combo, and there's a lot of Tinks. Diggersby. So gonna stay in this matchup. I could Superpower and Bail, and I will Superpower and Bail into Dewgong. That's this general strategy I would use a lot of times. If I could do this play, I would take it to the deep yellow already. Now to the red. I am surprised they're staying in. Maybe they're weak in the back to Dewgong, because it seems weird to take that much energy and is a Toxapex. So if your best answer is a poison, kind of put you in a kind of tricky situation here. So I got 1 draw run off. Here comes the second. This will put it down to the yellow. They could live, and they can get a Sludge Wave off before I get to a 3rd. So yeah, it looks like exactly what they're going to do. I'll let them throw this Sludge Wave to take me out, or Resisted Brine, and I'll take a shield. But they just do throw it, which is fine. Malamar comes in. Here comes the super effective Psywave. Gonna get some energy. And it is a Wiggly, so I'm going to immediately Superpower. Again, just try to chip this to like the deep yellow or grab a shield. Do grab a shield. And now I have super effective Heavy Slams coming their way. So I will shield up the Diggersby's move here. I'm surprised it didn't just go Fire Punch, but not going to get to 2 moves anyways. And now I have 1 Heavy Slam already. Charm is resisted. This will be a very easy back matchup here. So this should take out. I'd be surprised if they shield, but if they want to shield, I'll get to a third move. That's fine. Yeah, okay. They just let go. Marowak. So speaking about something that is also just spammy and can cause you problems. So get to the foul play. Shadow on Shadow. Probably going to grab a shield, but as you can see, these are adding up. So I tried to catch a move. I'm shielding because I did not catch properly. And they eventually get into a Dunsparce. Again, it's kind of a... look, I think that you could play out that lead matchup because you will outspam to the second move. And I already grabbed one shield, so I could outspam to the second move and take 2 shields. The strategy I was using with this team was to try and save shields from Malamar. But in doing so, I tried to make a catch on a Pokemon that has an ice type move. Sorry, a rock type move, which I did not catch properly. So they got the rock move off, so I had to shield. And then, of course, as a ground, they have an answer to ice in the back here. Now they're going to get to another move here. So pretty tough situation. So now I got to burn this shield here. Marowak comes in. I am out of move. But they have a lot of energy, so they're going to shield. And just as I'm getting to the move, they get their move off. And now I got Tink on this. So maybe the catch probably wasn't the right play in the ending. Actually, I do remember getting this off, but I still don't think... Again, you don't need to catch and play that way. That's just the way I was doing it, and it is a Clodsire in the back, and that is all sorts of problems for this Pokemon. They try and catch, which they don't even need to, so now I try and catch, and that didn't work. So I think I throw Heavy Slam, not because I know I have a chance here. I just want to actually see how much a Heavy Slam does to Clodsire. That's just more information purposes, not a lot. So this game is over. Okay, Malamar into Dewgong. So good lead. I'm going to super outpace the superpowers, and they know that, so they get into Marowak. So I'll get into Dewgong. I know they have the Rock Slide here, but they are over farming a lot for some reason. They definitely should have got to the move before I did. But allowing me to get that Icy Wind off. I still may shield. Nope, gonna let it go. It is a Bone Club, so that's pretty big. CMP here, which is kind of a mistake. I knew they were gonna get to another charge move. I should have just committed the shield and gotten the farm down and come out with a ton of energy. So that's probably not the best play on my end there. And it is right. We saw the Dewgong already, so that's fine. I would be surprised if they go to 100 energy, so they can do basically a drill run to take me out and then a drill run to chip Malamar. Is where I'm guessing they're going to go with this. Yeah, so farming up a ton. Going to get the drill run off. They may instant swap just to bank the energy or chip me. We'll see what they decide to do. They do instant swap. Again, it is a Wiggly this time. Same idea. Superpower. This time, again, they shield, which just makes it an easy matchup here. I'll chip a bit before they Icy Wind me in case, just to make sure that 2 Heavy Slams take them out. But that one to the deep red, maybe I can farm down here. Fairy Wind is not a great farming down move, especially now a lowered Fairy Wind, so I'll probably have to dump here, but I will definitely commit a little bit of an over farm. Get some energy here. And they do get a move off, but, one shield Malamar is going to absolutely wreck a 0 shield Dewgong. So, game over there. Talonflame, again, we've seen this. Play this out, get the foul play off. Will not take out, and then we'll have to make a decision. That decision will most likely be a shield here. So, there's the shield. Again, I expect them to get out. I doubt that they stand just to get farmed down. And they do get out into more Pekko. So gonna grab one shield here. This is where Malamar's scary, right? Because you can just absolutely rock someone for a ton of damage. That would have one shot. Or you grab a shield. So I am shielding up the first Aura Wheel, knowing that the next one is dark and will be resisted. I'm fine taking it. So now I put it low enough that it is in Heavy Slam range. knowing the Talonflame is going to come back in again. And again, this is the sort of problem. So they can shield and come out with a Brave Bird essentially. So they're going to have a Brave Bird for Dewgong. I'm just going to eat it on Dewgong and we'll see what's in the back here. So there's your Brave Bird. I do live. In the back is a Superior, but one Icy Wind is not going to take it out, and they are just going to make sure they have a ton of energy coming out. Commit to the farm down, get the farm down, have at least 1.5 frenzies here. So I tried to burn out the clock and then try and catch, but I did not burn out the clock here. So now I'm just going to have to eat a frenzy and just be taken out here. So yeah, Malamar definitely needs 2 shields. So again, every time it seems to lose here, it is when I like burn shields too early, or like maybe just like misplay alignment there on that one. So make your judgment call there. Credilli, again, good lead. I know I can get a superpower. It's kind of a weird one. We'll see what I decide to do here. I'm going to let the first one go. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to let the first one go. I know it lowers my attack. I'm not worried about that because I can still one-shot with superpower. I just want to make sure that my defense doesn't get lowered for that first move. So 1 superpower here. Not quite taken out, so I'll just instantly foul play to make sure I get this out of here before they get to a move. So I do take switch in the zeros. We'll take that. Clado comes in. Can I get to a foul play? No. Unfortunate, but at least I have alignment here. But a kind of a tricky alignment because they do have Rock Tomb and they have energy, right? So I'm going to have to just basically over shield here. So get this move off. This will lower their attack, and they're going to get another move off, and I'm going to have to shield again. So before I take this Rock Tomb, I'm going to make sure that they are 2 times lowered. So here comes the second Icy Wind. Maybe I can catch a Rock Tomb? Nope, I'm just going to eat it here. Oh, I remember what happens. I get saved by the last Pokemon, and that last Pokemon is a Jumpluff. So I'm going to instant swap because I'm 2 times lower, and yeah, Tink will just resist every single move here and really put pressure on shields. So Acrobatics does land. I'm going to go Heavy Slam first just because it's a Shadow. I don't know if 2 Heavy Slams will take out. If it doesn't, then I'll go Play Rough next. I have a move on Dewgong. So it does take him to the yellow, but I'll just ensure this knockout with Play Rough because they can't really shield. Yeah, so I wouldn't CMPA there, but they can't really shield because I have a move on Dewgong. So even if they take me out here with Acrobatics, which they won't, taking them out there. Yeah. And again, Talonflame is it's not surprising that you're seeing so many Talonflames when it can do decent against Malamar and great against Tink. And there's a lot of grounds out there. Drapion comes in, so I'm going to superpower it just to ensure that I get good chip here. Which is fine. Gonna come in here. I'll be interested to see if I just commit to the Fairy Wind down here. I probably do and just come out with a move and a half, even though they're resisted moves and a half on Talonflame. Let them chip me low so the Talonflame doesn't get a ton of farm. So get to the Play Rough here. This is resisted, but this plus Heavy Slam. No, I'm not going to get to the Heavy Slam. And now they're at a move, so I know I'm going to have to eat a move here. Not eat it. You know what? I may let this go and just try and ice. Yeah. I'm actually not surprised by this because I'm hoping that I could just ice shard down. Oof. Goodbye. That's a top left. Morpeko is going to absolutely outspam me. One-shot me with every one of those aura wheels. So I think I remember not even shielding here. Yeah, there's no point. No point. So I think I went 7-3 with this team. I'm at 28-45. I dropped a bit trying to find another team. Eventually found another team and did very well. And I'm at 28-72. So you'll probably see that team tomorrow morning. I've got a team from earlier in the season from a subscriber that'll come this afternoon. So the plan right now is sometime tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning, you will see the 2872 team. And then my goal is to hit legend this week. I am going to play probably all my, I don't know if I'll play all 100 because that's a lot of that's a lot of matches, but I say it's a lot of matches, but I used to do that every single time. But yeah, I'll play a bunch of those matchups to try and hit legend within the next few days here. We'll see what if I can put a team together. I mean, again, this team got me ELO. The team that you're gonna see next got me ELO. I can't tell. It's because I think. Well, one, I actually had a couple legends like throw to me, so thank you, legends. You guys are legends. Um, so I'm at 2872, but as you guys know, I have not been playing a lot, and there are like I've taken off weeks, like weeks at a time for like those double like spring cups and double whatever cups. I just take like the full week off. I am probably just over 1,000 battles, which for me is very, very low. When I used to average like 2,500, 2,700 battles per season. So to only be at 1,000 is pretty low. However, for being at that 1,000, my win percentage is probably sitting at like 54%, maybe even slightly higher, which is higher than I normally am because normally I am at like 51-ish percent. So I'm at like a 54% win rate in these battles. And yeah, so I can't tell whether it's because like I'm not playing enough. So a lot of the when I used to grind, like I used to be at like 2872 like 5 weeks ago, but so was like all your like top leaderboard people. So I'd be running into uh, everyone, like all the 3,300, all the people that are like 3,300 now. I would run into like 5 weeks ago when I was grinding, but now like I'm at my highest elo of the season 2872 because I'm now just getting there after taking like weeks off. So now now I'm seeing legends. I've out of the I did 30 battles today, and I saw I would say 7 or 8 legends in those 30 battles, probably more. I just wasn't even paying attention the whole time. Uh, yeah, it's probably more than 7 or 8 legends. So yeah, right. So at this point, it's just the competition is good. So there's no hiding behind you're just playing bad people. 2872, you're playing good people. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.